Most people don't realize how fragile their financial life really is until something goes wrong. A sudden medical bill, a car breaking down, a job loss that lasts longer than expected. In those moments, it's not your income that saves you, it's whether you were prepared. And that's where an emergency fund quietly becomes one of the most powerful financial tools you can have. An emergency fund is not about fear or expecting bad things to happen. It's about realism. Life is unpredictable. No matter how smart, hardworking, or careful you are, unexpected expenses are part of being human. The difference between people who recover quickly and people who fall into debt isn't luck, it's preparation. Think about how most people handle emergencies. They swipe a credit card, take a loan, or borrow money from family. In the moment, it feels like a solution, but later it turns into stress, interest payments, and months or even years of financial pressure. An emergency fund breaks that cycle. It gives you breathing room when life doesn't go as planned. The real power of an emergency fund isn't just financial, it's psychological. When you know you have money set aside, you make better decisions. You're not forced to accept the terrible job, rush into bad investments, or stay stuck in unhealthy situations just because you need a paycheck. Financial security creates mental clarity, and mental clarity leads to smarter choices. A lot of people think an emergency fund needs to be huge, so they never start. That's the mistake. It doesn't begin with thousands of dollars. It begins with consistency. Even a small amount changes your mindset from survival to control. The goal isn't perfection. The goal is progress. An emergency fund also protects your long-term goals. Without it, one unexpected expense can wipe out your savings or force you to sell investments at the worst possible time. With it, your investing plan stays intact. Your future stays protected. It acts like a financial shock absorber, taking the hit so the rest of your money doesn't suffer. Some people argue that investing is more important than saving cash, but investing without an emergency fund is like driving fast without brakes. You might be fine for a while, but when something happens, the damage is severe. The emergency fund comes first because it creates stability, and stability is what allows wealth to grow safely. Another underrated benefit of an emergency fund is confidence. When you're not constantly worried about the next surprise expense, you show up differently in life. You negotiate better. You take calculated risks. You plan long-term instead of reacting short-term. That confidence compounds just like money does. Building an emergency fund isn't about cutting all joy from your life. It's about prioritizing peace. It's choosing short-term discipline in exchange for long-term freedom. Over time, what once felt restrictive becomes empowering. And here's the truth most people don't talk about. Emergencies don't ask for permission. They don't wait until you're ready. They show up unexpectedly. Having an emergency fund means you don't panic when they do. You respond. In the end, an emergency fund isn't about money sitting idle. It's about protecting your life from chaos. It's about giving yourself options when things go wrong. And it's about building a financial foundation strong enough to handle whatever comes next. If you take nothing else from this video, remember this. Wealth isn't built only by how much you earn or invest. It's built by how well you protect yourself when life tests you. And an emergency fund is the first line of defense. Start small. Start today. Your future self will thank you.